How's it going today? My name is Christian Johnson, and today I would like to talk to you guys about catharsis. It's one of my favorite words, not just because it sounds cool to say, but also because it has a very interesting and intricate meaning behind it. It's not so commonly used, but that doesn't mean that it's not important. And today I will be going through the etymology, the use of this word in a psychological standpoint, and then also going into the present day use of the term. So originally, it came from the Latinized version of the Greek word catharsis. This would be the actual phonetic way to spell it out, but it's actually just going to be catharsis with a K, which is pretty easy to remember. And that specific term means purging or cleansing in a more literal sense than the way that the word is actually coined at this point in time. And that version of the word was actually stemmed off from the word katharos, which literally means pure or clean of dirt, spotless, like you would want your kitchen to be. And that was pulled straight from the online etymology dictionary. So, it's probably pretty good. And today, catharsis is regarded as the purification or purgation of the emotions, such as pity, fear, primarily through art, as according to Merriam-Webster, another very trustworthy source. And which that sort of leads me into my next point about its usage in psychology and medicine, and primarily psychology. So within the psychological field, catharsis is the phenomenon where past traumatic experiences are welled up to the top and there's some sort of form of release from the mind, which very cool. And of course, if you couldn't have guessed, the term was initially coined by Joseph Breuer, who was a colleague of Sigmund Freud, who's about pretty much the godfather of psychology. And basically, the way that Joseph went about it was he put patients under the influence of hypnosis, and then tried to get those patients to reenact said past experiences while under the influence of hypnosis, which, believe it or not, led to about 80%, anecdotally speaking, of those patients severing their ties with those past experiences, which I think is very cool. And then moving on from there, we can look more into the current application of the term, which is more associated with art itself, whether that be from the artist's point of view or the viewer's point of view. And I guess we'll start from the prospect of Amy Perelberg, who is a famous artist who deals more with, deep inner meaning and stuff like that. And what she says in, what's the word? Basically what she's trying to say is, from the artist's standpoint, once their negative emotions are transcribed from the page, they are relieving themselves, and I quote her here, of their weight, and that being the weight of those negative emotions and associations, which is extremely special. That's pretty much what drives art at this point, is the betterment of the artists themselves. Super cool. And then you can even look at it from the flip side of the coin, and that the viewer can look at any piece of art and they can find whatever they want to within that piece. And if it's something that were to associate with their own negative memories, emotions, anything like that, they would be able to hone in on that and experience their own catharsis, which is really the beauty of the term and the idea of catharsis itself. And so, in closing, I doubt that many of you have even necessarily heard of the term itself. It's not something that you hear thrown around on the corner, walk into class, or even in most classes. It's something that's sort of subsided as time has gone by, but I think it's very important. And it's an idea that's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, so I think it's very important for everybody to understand what catharsis is. And so in closing, thank you very much. Y'all all have a wonderful day.